I was saying earlier, I was doing a little intro video earlier. I feel like I've known you forever, but I don't know you. You know what I mean? And it's one of those
yeah,
things like we kind of came up together in the wrestling business, um, and it's hey brother, how you doing, brother? What's going
yeah.
on at this particular moment? You know what I mean? And um, I remember going way back to first wrestling for EWA, um, prior to you coming in and hearing the buzz about this guy, Green Dragon. I think you were with Tom Rumsby's school. Did you
Rumsby at Point, yeah,
you
I
went
was
to
with
Rumsby's,
Rumsby, and
right?
I was saying
And you were
you were
down
trying to get
there.
me into the EWA.
You were down there with like with Vinny and Youth and Johnny X and those
Yep.
that crew guys, right? Yes, I remember at that time a lot of those guys had started to come in and work for Ron, and then there was you didn't come right away. Um,
No.
and there was just a lot of buzz around you, and then it was like when you finally showed up there, it was almost like the big build of who is this guy? It's like I'm looking at it through like my perspective, like who is this guy everybody's
Yeah.
talking about and ever. So you walked in and
Jerk
like
off.
ever since that time, you kind of and I don't even mean it in a negative way. Like you kind of you carried yourself in a way where it was like. I am who I am, and I'm not to be effed with, and that's pretty much that. So I mean, in all honesty, like me, I think when I met you, this was what 99 or 2000, probably some.
Yeah, it was
I
90. Yeah,
mean,
it was around there.
going
Yeah.
back that far, and I think I was, a young kid at the time, maybe 20, 21, 22, whatever. So I was, like I was pretty intimidated at the time, like because just you carried yourself that way, But then you take 5 minutes and you sit down and you get to know somebody, and I'm like, oh, this dude's friggin' hilarious, you know what I mean? And and throughout our time wrestling together, I always felt like we worked together well. I always felt like we had a good
We
time
did.
together.
We
I was
did.
I was always happy with everything that we ever did together. Um, and it was oh no, oh hang on one second, I think I have to switch cameras here. I got one dead one.
All good.
One dead one. Let's see. We'll go from here. Yeah, I should have probably took a couple of quick segment breaks in between there, but it's all good. Um, so anyway, here talking with Green Dragon Jason Pharo. Um, Now going back, the pro wrestling life, we could probably sit and do a whole few hours on wrestling and all that
Yeah.
and all those good times or
We used to
whatever.
hang with you back in the day when you worked for Rumsby. We used to, when you were the Duker.
Yeah. Oh
Me
yeah.
and me and Big Chris, we used to sit out there, and that's where Rumsby. He's like, bro, you should stop sitting in the audience and heckling guys. Why don't you get in the ring and do it?
Is
I'm like,
that
you
is
don't
that
want to
how
get
it
in the ring.
started for you? Is that how you got involved or?
Yeah.
Well, I think I,
That was
I
good
got
times.
over I got over with you guys because of my theme music. I was using that Just Another Victim song at the time, and I remember
Yeah,
you coming
yeah,
up to me and,
yeah.
and talking to me about it afterward. And yeah, like I said, man, I had a lot of fun in the wrestling days. You know what I mean? Prior to but like I said,
Sidekicks and all.
what's that? Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I look back at that from time to time, and I think about that moment, and I was like, man, I bitched out that night, man. I should have just kept going, man. I should have just kept going. That was just. I panicked, dude. Like I got clobbered, and my eye was just like, oh god, what happened? What happened?
Wow.
And it took me a
I
couple
know.
of.
And then I got the. There was like Pharaoh, Dragon stiff. That's all he does. He stiffs
Oh
everybody.
yeah, but see, yeah, people said that, man, but it was really there was a lot of guys that were just scared to be solid. You know what I mean? And I
Well,
never,
that's the thing.
I
Like
never
I worked
minded
stiff
that.
because I expected it back.
Right.
If you gave it to me back, I didn't care. I mean, that's just no problem.
Well, I
So
think I think that's where a lot of the problem came into because I think most of the guys that were working with us around that time period were terrified that if they tried to give it back to you, what you were capable of doing to them. You know what I mean? So
like Duncan Stunads, who
yeah, I
peaced
don't
out
I
instead of
don't think
wrestling me that
anybody
night.
I don't think anybody was gonna try to fuck around. But well, no, like I said, man, I had tons of fun, everything wrestling with you.
Yeah,
A couple times I got to actually watch you guys fight. They're going down to see the competitions and stuff like that, man.
yeah.
And There was one, oh
That was
God.
like one of the best times of my life, man. I like we had
Yeah.
a good thing going then.
We did, man. We did.
Like it's hard to match up. It's hard to duplicate. It was literally lightning in a bottle at that time for us guys.
Yeah, I think so,
we were
man.
doing great.
I think that the absolute peak for us, and the one regret that I have about the way shit got booked with us was the night. I think I was, you and I had the title match, and I was like beating everybody up at the beginning of the show, you know, trying to weasel my way out of the match. We had so much heat that night, and I was begging Ron to drag it out. Like, let's, you know, we could draw with this, we could draw money with this, but he wanted to blow the whole load that night. And then he's like, oh, Billy just doesn't want to drop the title, and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, all right, dude, whatever. You know, that was the only clash I had with Ron was, you know, we always had, you know, I still get along with Ron. I talk to him all the time, you know, but, you know, we clashed.
We
clashed a lot.
Yeah, I got the strap for you, and you hit me in the neck with it. Was that what it was? Were you with that angle?
Oh, with the
something like that.
the flimsy neck piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you for everything, man. I know, like, you know, we bump into each other from time to time, man. And like I said, I appreciate the chance to really get to sit down and talk to you. A couple quick questions before I let you go. I have a couple of like rapid fire things I'm going to try to throw at everybody. So these are the hard hitting questions right here that you have to answer for everybody before you go. So number one, Marvel or DC?
I like Marvel, but I like DC. So like it depends on characters for me. It's a break for me. I lean more into DC because I'm a Batman mark, but I do love Marvel because I like Moon Knight. You know what I mean? So like so they're kind of like together. Yeah, I kind of put them together. But if I had to pick one, it'd be DC for me.
All right. Now we go back to describe a typical Saturday morning for the 8 to 10-year-old Jason. Do you get up and watch cartoons with the cereal and?
Oh yeah, of course.
What,
bowl of cereal.
What was your?
TV, and you wouldn't get my ass out of there until the stupid other shit came on that you didn't want to watch.
Yeah, exactly. What was your thing? I see you got the Skeletor in the background. Were you a He-Man guy or?
Yeah. He-Man actually shaped between He-Man, Thundercats.
Yeah.
And like G.I. Joe, that shaped like my entire youth. And Mask, like I was a big Mask part.
See, I didn't get much into Mask, but G.I. Joe and He-Man, yeah, that was all me, man.
That was like Silverhawks, you know, Thundercat, like all that shit. Like I was about it. Like you couldn't move me after school when I got home because it was all about He-Man and Thundercats. I even watched She-Ra. She-Ra was good too.
Yeah, I appreciated She-Ra more when I got a little older. Yeah, like now, like it's pretty much the same thing now. Like we get up on Saturday mornings and my kids love it, man. We sit and watch the old G.I. Joes, the old. We were watching the old Mr. T cartoon. Like those things were fantastic, man. They're fantastic. But yeah, like I said, it's all about nostalgia for us, man. And what was it? Oh, there was a what was it? Oh, you have to settle the New Jersey debate. Is it Taylor ham or is it pork roll?
It's pork roll.
Absolutely pork roll, 100%. Does the toilet paper go forward or backward?
It goes forward. Like I literally fought my kids over that. Like, you understand? Like, it's got to go. Like I literally will chase people down if they put it wrong. It still drives me nuts.
I know it's a hot button for some people. And last one, greatest pro wrestling match of all time.
Greatest pro wrestling match of all time. Well, see, I was a bit of a mark. I'd have to break it into two things. Like we all know Steamboat. And
obviously,
like that's the quintessential for technical wrestling and telling a great story. But for off the wall nut stuff, like shit, I personally think Hogan versus Rock, NWO Hogan versus The Rock, like how Rock didn't get over. That is like, man, that is my favorite match because it's like you just saw the fans just steer the show. They just drove it.
I'm all about that kind of stuff, man. When the fans are, you know, the more vocal they are and loud, oh man, that's the best for me. I love it.
To the point, they literally had no choice but to make Hogan a face at them.
Right, and they were both
drove a truck into The Rock.
I know. Yeah, but and they were both smart enough to know, you know, to change it on the fly, which is great. You know?
That's true vets right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's a good worker.
Cool, man. Again, thank you so much. Again, we got Green Dragon Jason Pharo. We're gonna wrap things up with you, my friend. I really, really appreciate you being the guinea pig for this whole experiment. And like I said, I got a thing of raw footage I'm gonna post on the site. Then I'm gonna get together with a friend of mine. We're gonna edit it, add the bells and
Okay.
whistles and the
Yeah.
crowd pops and
Perfect.
all that good stuff. But again, check, be on the lookout for the Convictor comic coming out soon. Check it out on Instagram. I'm going to post links for everything. And Green Dragon, Jason Pharo, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you, and I love you, man. Have a great day.
Yeah. Later, dynamic.
Later, brother. Take care. All right.